are unavoidable. So welcome, mamas, welcome, papas. Thank you so very much for your faith in us. Thank you for coming out and registering your daughters again for the Body Smart Girl Bootcamp. This is our 4th edition, and there are some names I've seen here that have seen every single holiday. And honestly, I don't take that for granted. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for consistently giving us room to impact on your daughters. So tonight's meeting is to give us an idea of what is to come in the week ahead, in a couple of days. So I'm going to be talking to us about a couple of things. I'm going to give you feedback if you're still stuck with registration. Let's say you got the link to this meeting directly and you're not yet in a group. Should you be worried? So I'm going to walk you through what to do next. And then I'm going to talk about the schedule. Yes. Thank you, Ms. Felicia. I'm going to talk about the schedule for the entire Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we have a special thing we are doing on Saturday. So I'm seeing a little girl here. This is parents orientation. Oh, sorry, my dogs are going crazy. My husband just drove in, so yeah. They'll soon be quiet. My husband just drove in, so that's how they welcome him. So they'll be quiet soon. I believe so. I definitely need a bigger house so that I can send them to the back, far away from my live sessions. This is crazy. So anyway, while we're waiting for them to get it done with. So I was saying that I'm going to be talking about a couple of things. Number one, the first thing is I'm going to talk about the registration process. If you're not yet in a WhatsApp group, I'll tell you what to do next. Number two, I'm going to tell you about our schedule. We have a 3-day conference, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but we have a special event on Saturday. I'm going to tell you how your princess can be a part of it. So welcome once again. I want to thank everyone once again. Thank you. Remember, I said this session is for parents, it's parents orientation. The girls sessions will start on Wednesday. So let me start by talking about registration. So over the years, we've noticed that parents are not exactly very techy. Parents don't want a lot of techy things. So prior to now, we've tried a lot of methods to make registration seamless. For example, parents that registered for our Christmas bootcamp would have noticed that we had this online hub where we were doing the bootcamps and girls were joining in virtually within the hub. But a whole lot of parents had problems logging in. A whole lot of parents did not know what to click to download the resource materials and everything. So every year we're looking at how can we keep it simple, but still effective for us. So this time around, we put a little bit of process to our work, meaning after you make payment, you need to fill a form. This is because there have been times where we saw more children in the class than was paid for. We've seen more girls. I'm talking about saying 50, 60 more girls than was paid for. So we had to bring the process where when you finish paying, you have to fill a form. And so we literally have to use bank statements to verify payments before we start. It's been a long journey for us, but I want to appreciate everyone that has been patient with us. We've also seen situations where we sent out WhatsApp links to parents to join. And before we know it, let's say you give 5 people link to join, you see 15 people join the group. So that's why this year we're not sending links and we're adding manually. And so I want to say a big thank you to my assistant who has done amazing. Veronica has been amazing, just going payments, bank confirmation, then adding manually to the group. Welcome. Adding manually to the group. And so I just celebrate her for that effort she's put in place. 30. So that's how it's been so far. Okay. So yeah, my husband just walked in, was whispering. No problem. He has a session at 7:30 as well. So we're going to be wrapping up soon. Don't worry, it's not a long meeting. So because of how manual it is, there are still a few parents, very few, that are not yet on the WhatsApp groups. So we're appealing to you to be patient with us between now and tomorrow at 5 p.m. We would have been done with all the adding people into groups. You know, we're a business, we have to put structures in place to ensure that people are not, you know, crashing our gates and everything, but it keeps getting better. But some people are already well seated in their different WhatsApp groups. So in those WhatsApp groups, what are you to expect? Tomorrow, we're going to send you workbooks for different age groups. Yeah, we're sending you workbooks. The whole idea of workbooks is there are questions that we want your daughter to be able to answer at the end of this bootcamp. So you're going to print the workbooks. We have, for in each workbook, you have day 1, questions, day 2, questions, day 3. So essentially, every day after your child's class, call them together and say, let's walk through the questions that are in your workbook and let's answer them. We want your daughters to be able to have not just coming to class and we had an exciting time. We want them to have answers to different questions, okay? And so the workbooks will be out by tomorrow evening by God's grace, everything. Some will start coming earlier in the day and then we'll wrap that up. Then the next thing I want to talk about is the bootcamp itself proper, all right? The bootcamp itself proper. We're starting on Wednesday. So I'm just going to read the schedule, the bootcamp schedule. So I need us to pay close attention. I'm also going to make sure, Veronica, we need to post the timetable in every group. So first, we have the bootcamp for 3 days. August 3rd, August 4th, August 5th is the sessions. All right, August 3rd, August 4th, August 5th is the sessions. But we have a special thing we're doing on August, is called Showcase Day. We want girls to do presentations based on what they learned in the last 3 days. So that means that if your child finishes a class and you notice they really explained something really nice to you, just send us a WhatsApp and let us know that my daughter will be saying this, my daughter will be presenting this. It could be artwork, it could be poetry, it could be a presentation. Just reach me, reach us, reach myself, reach Veronica. We're on the WhatsApp groups. There's a Raising Girls line. Send us a chat, tell us, I think my daughter can do this very well. And then we'll cue your daughter to do her presentation on Saturday. So Showcase Day is when the girls teach us back. They tell us what they learned during the course of the camp. But now you have to identify what your daughter has come home and is saying over and over again, something you notice she said, something you notice she did. You're going to give us that feedback. And you can start giving us that feedback from Wednesday evening after the session. Oh, my daughter said this and I think this, you know, you will just tell us from the get-go, all right? So we have Showcase Day, August 6th, but we also have Parents Conference 1 hour after we are done with Showcase Day. Normally, after every bootcamp, we like to, when we can, we like to share with parents some of the things we learned in the process. It helps parents know, what can I continue from where you stop? What can I do to continue what you've taught my daughter? I noticed this challenge. What can parents address? I remember this one bootcamp and girls said they were not talking to their parents, especially mothers, because the mothers used to bring back what they shared at other times. So it is during the parents conference that we shared that, oh, this is it, oh, this is what we learned, this is what you can do to make sure that some of the learnings we've done stay, all right? So let me give you the exact times. Ms. Veronica, I see she has already posted it in the WhatsApp group. That saves us a lot of time. But each age group starts to learn. So age 3 to 5 and 6 to 8, their lessons are just 1 hour. So 3 to 5 do 2 to 3 p.m. Nigerian time. 6 to 8 do 3 to 4 p.m. Nigerian time. But all the other age group learn for 1 hour, 30 minutes. So for instance, the 9-year-olds start at 4, the 12-year-olds start at 5:30, and the 15 to 17-year-olds start at 7. All right. So we've put out the whole timetable on all the WhatsApp groups. As more people join, we'll still repost them. So 3 to 5-year-olds and 6 to 8, their lesson is just 1 hour, so that attention span, fun elements, and everything, they get a lot of value, and then they take a break. And then the next day we continue. So it's for 3 days. So, but now Showcase Day, we are crashing the groups. 3 to 8-year-olds will have 1 hour of presentation, 2 to 3 p.m. 9 to 14-year-olds, they also have a crashed 1 hour during their presentation. That means they're showcasing what they learned, what they took away, but it's a the grouping has been adjusted, all right? So 3 to 8 is 1 hour, 9 to 14 is 1 hour, and then 15 to 17 is 1 hour, all starting from 2 p.m. all the way till 5 p.m., 1 hourly. So Veronica again has put up this on the WhatsApp group. So parents conference is 7 to 8 p.m. But here's the thing, we want more fathers. We want to see more fathers in the hall. We want to see more fathers in the hall. We want to see more fathers in the hall. Over the years, we think that there's fathers are not participating in the sex education of their girls as much as they should. And so we want to see more fathers in the room. Interestingly, our parents conference is not strictly for people who paid for the boot camp, for example. So it means that if you have a colleague at work, they can come in, because everyone raising girls were a community. Let them come. Let them come and learn from the experience. What they get from the parents conference is nothing compared to the interaction that your daughter has gotten and the value. So let them come in and we will share. I want to be able to answer questions that fathers in particular have about being a part of their daughter's sex education process. I want to be able to talk to parents about the different roles that we all have. All right, the different roles, the mother's role, the father's role. This year's bootcamp is really exciting. We have loads and loads of different facilitators, but I know that parents like me to be a part of the bootcamp. So there's no age group I'm not teaching. It's just that I'm not the one taking all the sessions. So we have experts taking specialized sessions. For example, over the years, mentoring girls and doing different things, I've started seeing that many of our girls have a problem defining what their own personal value is. What do I mean? You've taught your daughter that this is wrong and that is wrong and that is wrong. But when your daughter is in a group, can she stand up and say, this is wrong and I represent this? That's a real question. Can your daughter say, this thing is wrong? Yes, all the age groups are attending for 3 days. All the age groups are attending for 3 days, yes. Yes, all the age groups are attending for 3 days, August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So over the years, we've seen that sometimes our girls are too shy about choosing what they stand for. They're not sure about themselves. And many of them are coming from a place where they made a mistake in the past and they define themselves by it. They're trying to make people like them by all means. So even when they know something is wrong, they want to be friends with that person, so they compromise. So we're bringing an expert in helping them think about what their personal values are. We're also bringing a nurse, a nurse who is going to talk to them about menstrual hygiene. So it's going to be amazing. We have the right, how did I put it? The right shapes in the right holes. We have the right people in the right places having the right conversations. So I assure you it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be exciting. All right. It's going to be amazing for your daughters. But also one thing, we love feedback. We love feedback. Tell us what we can do to get better. Our motive is sincere. We want to equip girls to be able to make responsible, independent decisions. Whether they're 3 or 17, we want to be able to equip them to do that. So you're listening to us, you're hearing the questions your daughters are coming home with. So we honestly don't mind you saying, add this to it. So that's why every time we send out forms, you say, what would you like us to cover? And it's always interesting that the average parent, what you want us to cover is already a part of what we want to teach. But I still in particular painstakingly go through those things because you can open us up to another perspective we didn't think of, and that we appreciate. So I really wanted this session to be just about 30 minutes and all. I'll post the replay. I'm just going to do a recap. Bootcamp starts on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All the girls learn for 3 days. 3 to 5, 6 to 8, their sessions is 1 hour. The other girls, their sessions are 1 hour, 30 minutes each. And then we meet on the 4th and then we meet on the 5th. On the 6th, we have something called Showcase Day, where we want girls to teach us back. If what we taught them impact, let them teach us back. So the only way we can select girls is when parents listen to their daughters after the class and see that, oh, she really made a point here that I like. I think she should share this, something she learned from this. And so that day we're going to turn on Zoom. We have an agenda based on parents that nominated their girls, and we start calling the girls one after the other, and they do their presentations. That is going to be happening on Saturday. So that Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m. is for 3 to 8-year-olds. 3 to 4 p.m. is for 9 to 14-year-olds. 4 to 5 p.m. is for 15 to 17-year-olds. And we close, we take a break, then we come back at 7 p.m. where we're hosting our parents' conference. You're going to be getting workbooks for each age group, and we'll start dropping them by tomorrow. So if you have any questions at all, just make sure you're asking us on the group and we can help. And then when it comes to parents who are on the call but are not yet in the WhatsApp group, it's a little bit slow, but we're coming. I think we've done 80, 90% of the people that have registered on the form and everything, but we're still coming. So we want you to be patient with us because we had to rejig our process and everything. So I want to thank everyone that has been patient. Thank you, Anu, Ijoma, Sarah, Bello, Maureen, Olufunke, Ebun, Mwamaka, Sheifumi. I'm calling on the parents' name now, no. Pastor Ini, so good to see you here. Neni, Olumayowa, Oluwakemi, Auntie Remy, Yemisi, DS, Auntie Ime, I see you. Auntie Fenyu, I see you. Ogechiku, the second Anu, Akintola, Victoria, Damilola. I'm seeing some names that I've seen over and over again. I'm really grateful that you keep trusting us. I'm really grateful. Auntie Fenyu, thank you for always sending Oprah and her sister. At least you know that I know your daughter's name like that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah, and your husband for trusting us. We don't take this for granted. And if you're a parent out there, you're wondering, will we say something inappropriate? Parents that have been coming for the boot camp know that we don't say anything inappropriate. And for one, sex education for us is age appropriate and is Bible based. So I want to thank every single one of you for coming out tonight. This has been recorded. I'm in all the WhatsApp groups. Share your ideas, interact with each other. Yeah, we're going to open the chat room by tomorrow. The reason we've kept it that way is to avoid, broadcasts that may not be relevant to the bootcamp. So, but tomorrow evening, just the eve of getting out, once we send out workbooks to your group, we're going to open up the chat so that if you have any questions at all regarding how the workbook should be used, we'll guide you on how to do that. So I want to thank you for being patient. Your girls are excited. Thank you so much. It's always an honor to see them every bootcamp. Thank you so very much. And so tell your girls they need to be at peace. They need to ask a lot of questions. Tell them to come ready to ask a lot of questions. Tell them you've paid a lot of money, so they need to ask a lot of questions. We want them to ask us what's in their mind, what they've been hearing at school. Tell them they can ask verbally, they can ask privately through the chat. We're ready to answer questions they have. One of the things we know it's a big deal for us at the Body Smart Girl Bootcamp is that if girls come with questions, those questions must be answered. Those questions are relevant. So please do us a favor, encourage your babies to ask us questions. No questions is out of bound, and we're going to respond to them. I want to thank everyone once again. And just before you go, we have a very interesting session holding tomorrow on Instagram at 8 p.m. with an amazing girl parent who I think is going to be one of those sessions where when you finish going through it, you're like, I learned something new. Yeah? So I'm just encouraging us to go to our Instagram handle at raisinggirls.ng and make sure you're part of it. So if you go to our handle now, you will even see the flyer. So I'm bringing a girl parent who's going to be talking to us about how her daughter navigated teenage years. Her daughter had a lot of turbulent relationships with other girls. So I want us to hear what the struggle was so that we can all look back. I can tell you for free, one of the struggle might be envy. Girls can easily be envious. So I want us all to be there because envy is a sign that a child is insecure. So you two can now learn from that and say, am I seeing these signs in my daughter? So I can do something about it. It's an Instagram live session. So I'm inviting everyone. Ronke Posh is the lady I'm going to be interviewing. She'll be talking about her remarkable journey with her beautiful, brilliant daughter, and we can all learn from it. My notepads are ready. I want to soak in that learning session. And so I'm inviting all girl parents to be there, happening on Instagram tomorrow at 8 p.m. So that brings me to the end of our orientation. I'm recording this, so I'm going to put it up on YouTube, and then I'm going to put the link on all the WhatsApp groups. So Veronica has already put up the timetable across all our groups. She's a superstar, she's a rock star. She's made this amazing, and I appreciate her. I don't take her lightly. So thank you, Veronica, for all of your hard work. Only God will reward you, all right? Thank you so much. God will reward you his way. The work will reward you in its own way. Thank you so much, parents. Thank you for coming. I look forward to chatting with you in the WhatsApp group from tomorrow when the workbooks are out. And then when we finally get into the meat of the gist. It's going to be fun, and God is going to bless every single one of us. All our girls will be blessed. God's hand is upon them, and God is bringing them into this environment to equip them. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nanny. Thank you, Auntie Ime, for always being here. I appreciate you. So God bless you. Thank you for coming. I don't know if anyone has a quick question, though. Quick question. I'll be able to answer just before we leave the dial. Someone else is supposed to be using this studio for a live session at 7:30. We didn't. Yeah, hi everyone. Just give us a minute. We'll soon start. All right. So see you guys in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, Duyom. Oh, thank you for your patience with us. God bless you.